Well, it looks more and more like the SEC has something to hide. Just the other day, they submitted something to the judge in order to try and hide something. And I'm going to tell you what that is and why it's such an important ruling in this case of the SEC versus Ripple. And if you're holding XRP, you probably want to know what the price of XRP is going to be this cycle. Well, if you believe the cycle is ending, well, it's probably not going to go much higher than it is. But if this bull cycle continues, which is what a lot of the technical traders are now saying, I have a price that some of the biggest crypto influencers are now saying XR could be at this year. One of those things helping that is global adoption. And what's more than global adoption? Well, paying for college using XRP. Yes, that is now happening. Hey everyone, my name is Randy. Welcome back to the Late Night Grind. I am covering the SEC versus Ripple case because it has huge implications for the crypto ecosystem and cryptocurrencies as a whole. I also cover personal finance and investment markets. So if any of those topics interest you and you want to follow along, make sure you're subscribed. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon so you'll be notified when I release a new video. And of course, if you're feeling generous, I'd greatly appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up button. It really helps out with a YouTube channel like this and tells YouTube to show this video to new audiences. So if you do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, guys, well, let's get into it. So firstly, I'd actually just like to tell you I have a new poll up on the community tab on my channel. Now, if you haven't been there in a while, I usually put new polls up several times a week, and I have a new poll now. If this case in the SEC versus Ripple, if this is more of a setup or something of a facade or basically just something set up by the United States government to stall the adoption of XRP. Because if you look at some of the conspiracy theories out there, there's all kinds of reasons why people are now saying that the SEC actually chose XRP and chose to bring a suit against Ripple in the fact that it has to do with the government taking control of the 50 billion XRP tokens that are actually in escrow. There's also some other polls on that community tab, and you can go check out what other members of the Late Night Grind community are thinking, as well as your thoughts on the crypto bull run. If you think that now is the bottom or close to the bottom or near the bottom and there's a major run up to be had at the end of this year, or if you think that we're now in the downturn and we're going to be in this crypto winter for the next 2 to 3 years. So go ahead and check out those polls. Also, let me know in the comments section below. So just making news earlier today was the news that in Paraguay, there is now a university which you can pay your tuition with cryptocurrencies, including XRP. You can now pay with it using Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. And the interesting thing was, after they made this announcement that they were accepting cryptocurrencies as payment, some of their competitors actually messaged them on Twitter asking how they can set up a payments gateway to accept tuition via cryptocurrency, including XRP. Now, talking about global adoption, this is one of those things that it kind of flies under the radar. It's not going to hit mainstream media, but it's one of those things that absolutely will start to make a huge difference in the global adoption and the mainstream focus at some point down the road. Now, down the road could be later this year, or it could be the next big bull run market cycle in a couple of years. But specifically talking about this bull run market cycle, there's now a price prediction out there that I've actually seen several times, and one of the biggest crypto influencers is now saying he believes that XRP is going to be in the neighborhood of $12 to $35 by the end of the year. And he's been saying that for a couple of months now. It's actually BitBoy Crypto. Now, typically I don't watch a ton of his videos, but he is one of the biggest influencers in the space. So nonetheless, I feel the need to check it out. But his prediction of $12 to $35, it's an interesting one because honestly, once Ripple gets out of this case versus the SEC, however that comes, which it might... In my opinion, it's either going to be a settlement or a summary judgment in Ripple's favor. But once that happens, that's really going to change things for the XRP token because that's going to hit mainstream media really, really quickly. If you pair that with the possibility of the bull run really continuing, I don't see how XRP would be less than $12. I honestly think it could hit $35. If Bitcoin is going to hit $200,000 to $300,000 like some of these people think, there's no reason why XRP, which would be well past the SEC case, which by then Ripple will probably be relisted on all the kinds of exchanges, and Ripple will now have gone IPO by the end of the year, which, by the way, that's Ripple's next big step that they're already working on as soon as the case against the SEC is over. So a $35 per XRP by the end of the year could make sense if all those pieces fall into place. Okay, so let's talk about what the SEC is actually trying to hide. Just a couple of days ago, there was the SEC filed a letter to Judge Knepard, who's presiding over this case, and basically asked her to make a decision for them. What basically means that the SEC and Ripple can't come to an agreement on something. And what is that something? Well, Ripple filed a motion to subpoena a former SEC employee. Right now, we do not know who that employee is, but one can only speculate that it's probably either Jay Clayton or William Hinman. Those were the head of the SEC at the time of the Ripple that the SEC brought this Ripple lawsuit, and William Hinman was also a chairman. So why would Ripple want to be going after a deposition of a former SEC employee? Well, most likely, like I said, it's one of those two, because they want to try to get deeper information. The interesting thing is, but this gets really strange, because if the SEC, who's actually bringing this lawsuit against Ripple, had their stuff together, they would know that, okay, well, the former head of the SEC or a former chair of the SEC, which either one Ripple's probably going after, why would they be afraid of letting them go to deposition? Because after all, wouldn't they be saying the same thing that the SEC is actually saying right now and claiming right now? That's an interesting one. Why would they be blocking it? Now, there's so many takes on this right now, and I can't really wrap my head around why the SEC would be so afraid, other than the fact that they just don't want him to say something stupid. Now, so what's going to happen? Well, by the 24th, which is today, the SEC is going to officially file their motion to quash it, meaning they're against it. They're asking the judge to not approve this subpoena. They're also going to give till July 1st for Ripple's response, which they're going to respond against the SEC's response, which is going against Ripple's original response. And then they're going to give a third try for the SEC to respond against Ripple's response to the SEC's response to Ripple's original response. Got it? Good. So after all that, Judge Knepard is going to have a final ruling, and that could be huge for this case. If that rules in favor of Ripple, I can't wait to see who that deposition is going to be for. Whether you're new to the crypto space or the XRP token, and you're just following along with the case because you think it's important for the crypto ecosystem, or you just want to follow along because it's one of like 20 different tokens that you're currently holding. Well, if that's the case, obviously you're hedging your bets against different things, and you're probably just like me, wondering that if this bull run is going to continue for the rest of the year, which coins are going to give you the biggest returns? We can have that discussion in the comments section below. Also, wanted to make a really quick announcement. I recently started a new Twitter profile, which you can go follow me there. I will post a link in the description below, as well as on my channel page. You can go there and check it out. All right, guys, well, once again, thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. And once again, I'd really appreciate it that if you are not subscribed, if you're new to this channel, that you would go ahead and click that subscribe button. We're getting very, very close to 50,000 subscribers, which is crazy to me since I've really just started taking this channel seriously in approximately December. All right, guys, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.